All right, the buzz around town is there might be a map out for this next storm.
Wow, it's very exciting. And actually, so this is, I've set myself up for this failure, but I was getting messages last night like, hey, you usually have one out. This is coming in Sunday night. And I was like, well, this storm just started. Right. So and they're like, that's no excuse.
Let's not get confusing here.
No.
Get through one.
So we got it. We have a few restrictions on it, but we'll get in there. Still snowing a little bit in a couple of spots. Reports are that it's not really accumulating all that much, but there are still a couple of bands out there flitting around. If we drop this radar algorithm, you'll see where the snow actually is, just moving out of Oxford and into Brownfield. But again, mostly this storm is over, and it was mostly well behaved. A lot of 5s, 6s, a couple of 7s out there. Temperatures right now into the 20s, so certainly cold enough for snow to accumulate if we have a couple of snow flurries left. So the rest of tonight, temperatures drop down into the teens, and there'll be some single digits too. It's kind of interesting or fun. This is stuff that I find fun, but watching the models catch up to how much snowpack there is now. So they originally had 15, 16 in the mountains tonight. Now all of a sudden they say, wait, there's a lot of snow there, so how about single digits tonight instead? Tomorrow ends up being a nice day. If you're going skiing, just be aware it will be quite cold in the morning, so bundle up for that. But the rest of the day looks good. Temperatures in the 30s. We'll start melting the snow off the trees. They'll start dropping off, even though it's only about 30 to 32 degrees. Cold again tomorrow night, single digits. Teens all the way to the coastline. Sunday during the day is fine, and clouds come in Sunday afternoon. Here's our next storm system on Sunday night, which I would like to switch computer models for because I don't know what that one is doing exactly. So here it is. It's coming in from southwest. Now this is different than our last storm in the sense that the last one was kind of progressive and went straight across. And so, almost no snowfall map will be perfect. But it wasn't that hard a storm to forecast, this last one. This one's a little bit harder because it's going to be a deeper low, and it's going to come in here on Sunday night. We'll probably all start as snow, and then we'll start transitioning from rain to snow because of the position of this low. And typically, if the low is going to be this close over Cape Cod or in between Boston and Cape Cod, to keep the coast snow, you would need a blocking high to the north or a deep low down here. And right now, we don't have either of those things. So it kind of just comes right across here, right over Cape Cod. The coast changes over to rain. Inland, there's snow, but it's snowing heavily. But you can see just from this presentation how precarious this is, right? I mean, if this low position by the models is off by 75 to 100 miles this way, then this whole thing shifts that way, and the coast gets in on the action. But based on the overall setup, this makes sense to me that we'd have a hard time holding snow along the coast, snowing through the day on Monday into Monday afternoon away from the coastline, and then maybe ends as a little wet snow there, meanwhile snowing inland basically the entire time. Now, this storm had the potential, I thought earlier, to be maybe a little bit bigger than this, but if that solution is correct, then it has to move a little faster, so it takes down the top end a bit here. 6 to 10 inches, I mean, that's still a pretty good storm. I've got Lewiston right on the line here. About 5 or 6 inches is what I'd expect at this point, and then mixing with rain along the coastline. And this is the zone that I just don't want you to turn the TV off right now and then wait for the storm on Monday and take this to the bank, because if it wiggles, it'll wiggle a little bit. So we'll just keep that in mind. But I think we're in a good spot right now. And I mean, it's Friday. It's the weekend cruise problem at this point anyway. So they'll figure it out. Do not disturb is a beautiful thing. But the weekend's fine. And then we've got another storm, as you know, Wednesday night, Thursday. And that also does look like we'll have rain-snow line issues. And this is not unusual for us to deal with. This is usually the hard part of forecasting storms, is where exactly is that rain-snow line. But I think we're in a good spot to start, and then we'll see if we have to move it at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Keep
Sounds
watching.
good. Thanks, Keith.